How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we are going to be working on a few of these cars in here and trying to straighten up this shop. It is an absolute mess. I have got crap for Homer laying over here everywhere. I got crap for Linda over here laying everywhere. I got crap for the junkyard dog over here laying everywhere. It's even spread over on top of the Hummer, on top of the Daytona. I mean, we got crap everywhere. And I've had a bunch of you send me emails and messages and Messenger on Facebook and what have you, asking about what's going on with Linda. How bad did she catch fire? Is she ruined? Are we ever going to be able to see her? So on and so forth. And I appreciate that concern out of you. I really do. So today we're going to address some of that. As you've seen the multiple videos on YouTube, and mine included, you hear the fire, 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 and the fire department runs up on Linda and they're trying to get her put out and what have you. Essentially what had happened is she blew the top radiator hose, and when that happened, it shorted out my electrical fan, and that's where all the smoke and the sparks and whatever was coming from. And it just blew crap everywhere in here. I mean, it is just everywhere. And I haven't done anything to the car since I brought her home. I mean, she pulled in here, drove in here in her own power. She was fine. I think she's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and change on the plugs, change on the oil, change the radiator hose, get the fan fixed, get all that done today. And then take her uptown, give her a bath. Well, just spray the engine compartment out, really. And then I'm just gonna put her back away for now, because the junkyard dog is gonna be picking up some of the responsibility for Indy. And I've got the new tires and wheels are gonna go on him today and get these old junkyard tires off. Gonna go through the brakes. Engine compartment, I gotta change the plugs, wires, oil, do some grounding issues. I got to get the gas tank cleaned to where he can run off of that instead of this jug. And then I've got our decal people over at TNF Signs who are working on the junkyard dog murals for the side of junkyard dog. So we'll have him lettered up and decaled up for Indy. And then I've got new exhaust manifolds, or exhaust headers rather, that are the through the hood style, kind of like demolition derby cars or tractor pull trucks, truck and tractor car pull trucks, whatever you want to call them. That I'm gonna put on him, make him super loud, super cool. I think that's gonna be pretty neat for the kids, especially that are gonna be there at the show. And then the fam's gonna come down here in a little bit and help me get this shop swept and cleaned up and get tools put away. I mean, I got that big old massive toolbox over there. It has a handful of tools in it. And I'm sure there's a few of us out there watching that are in the same boat I am. They're just everywhere. So we're gonna get that straightened up. So there's a lot to do today. I mean, a lot. Oh, by the way, happy Easter to everybody that's watching this video. So I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride as usual. First things first is I'm gonna get Linda straightened out, get her put back together, get her running, pull her outside, and then get what I can done on the junkyard dog, get him ready for Indy. And then I guess I'll take her uptown, spray that engine bay out, blow off all the dust and crap all over the car. Probably go ahead and put her regular road wheels back on and get those burnout tires off, because the next time you're going to see her is going to be during the Hot Rod Power Tour, and I believe that is the first or second weekend of June, and she's going on that whole trip. It's going to be her, myself, my wife, and my granddaughter on that trip. And then we're going to get her, junkyard dog, and Homer, hopefully take all three to Bristol. Now, I'm not sure which one we're gonna run in the burnout competition there. Hopefully Homer. But if not, we're gonna try to have a couple there by our merch tent for people to look at, sit in, take pictures, what have you. and then we'll take one down to the show and just destroy it on the burnout pad, which I think is gonna be, it's just gonna be awesome. So, nevertheless, I'll quit yapping here. Oh, and by the way, we also gotta get Homer's engine put together. I've been meaning to do that for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and I still haven't got it done. I've got his new converter from Hughes sitting here in the box, and his flex plate, which I actually forgot is sitting up in my office. I got to get that brought back down here so I can get all of that put back in the car and mated back together, and then try to get the rest of the front end, trans cross member. I mean, my God, the list goes on and on. Get all that put back in here, which has been ready for what, 3 months now? And then we'll get started back on that. But I should have had Homer done by now, and that's 100% my fault, but it is what it is. When you have this many vehicles and you participate in the amount of shows we do in the summer, it's just, you do what you can do. But anyway, let's get after it, and we're gonna start with Linda. Hang tight, this is Busted Radio Garage. First things first for me is I'm going to get this oil changed and see if we have done any damage. Now I checked the oil, I'm not seeing any water or anything of that nature, but I'm going to get the oil changed here and see if we have any metal shavings or anything, and we'll go from there. Some of you are probably wondering why I'm using a jack. It's just because I like to eat, so I got to be able to get the belly underneath the car. Get you under here with me and see what we got. I don't know how much this y'all can see. Oh. I really need to lay off those little Debbie snack cakes. See if I can do this without getting oil all over myself here, or my shop floor. Oh, yeah, she's used up pretty good. Still got some viscosity left. I'll get her out of here and see if we have any metal shavings or anything in there. Or anything that's not supposed to be there, rather. But we're about to find out. I cooked her up pretty good. Alright, we got the oil out. We'll go ahead and get this oil filter out. Any of you guys that have ever worked on these MOPAR 383s, these oil filters are right here in the front and right here in the way of everything. Let me go ahead and get this old girl loose, and we'll get her out of here, and hopefully there's nothing bad in here. Alright, got her loose. Somebody decided to put that on with an impact wrench, which is crazy. Let's see if we can, we're gonna make a mess one way or the other here. Let's see what we got. Not seeing any metal, definitely no water. She got super hot though, I tell you that. got a little bit of viscosity left, but not much. Good thing is there's no metal. So, well, there we go. So I'm not thinking there's any type of engine damage, especially with the head gaskets, because she got hot. So, all right, give me a second. We'll get a new filter, new oil, and we'll go on to the plugs. Hang tight. All right, guys. For the oil, I like a lot of the other channels. I always use Rotella T4. Always. With an absolute shadow of a doubt, I always use Wix oil filters. If you ever want to know why people are using these, do research on the internet. You'll know exactly why. I mean, you are on YouTube. So get on there and check out these videos on why people use Wix. I always use Rotella T4. It's just always good for these older engines. Done that for years. All right, give me a minute. We're gonna get all this put in, and then we're gonna move on to up here. Hang tight a second. All right, guys, I went ahead and got the oil changed. Got the new Wix oil filter put on. If you can see it down in there. Went ahead and changed out the upper radiator hose and got rid of this motor chrome cheapy hose. I mean, they're kind of cool. I've got one on the RT as well, just mainly for show, but it's just not what I need for what we're doing here. Now, I was missing the two larger hose clamps for the radiator hose, and I went over and looked in the extra parts I had for, I mean, this body style car, Homer and Junkyard Dog, and some of them out in the barn. Didn't have any that size, so I did the right thing, what anybody would do, and I just stole two off of this, because I'm not going to use it anymore. I mean, I'll save it, may use it for something else, but I don't need it today. So, we got the new upper radiator hose put on. We got the oil changed. I'm going to go ahead and put some type of coolant back in this car. Seeing how I was a nice guy and left all of mine at the Freedom Factory. So I'm going to have to put some coolant back in here. I'm going to pull these plugs, check those real quick, and we'll fire back up. She should fire up and run just fine. And if it does, we'll run it up to the old car wash there and blow all of this crap that's all over inside of this car out. And then I'll have granddaughter come in and kind of shine this back up a little bit with some spray away or some other type of cleaner. And then Linda should be, in theory, good to go. So she'll be ready for the power tour, or just to beat around here, you know, drive around the house and stuff. But that should be it. So I'll go ahead and get this filled back up. We've got just a ton of pink coolant here. So I've got, I don't know, half a dozen jugs in there. And I've got a few more laying here. And then I've got some laying over there. And I got some laying over there. So we'll put a few gallons of pink coolant back in here. Start her up, let her get hot, let her cycle through, fill the radiator plumb back full. And we'll see about taking Linda up the road and see how she does. I think she'll do just fine. And then we'll get going back on the Junkyard Dog. So let me get you set back up, and we'll get after it. All right, guys, we got Linda running. Everything's going real good. We got one leak at the bottom of the overflow where it goes into the overflow bottle or the catch can for the coolant, but other than that, we're fine. She's running a little bit warm, right around 200. I think she's just a little low on coolant, but that'll be fine. We'll put some more in here in a few minutes. Oil pressure's good. Amps are good, volts are good. check the oil again, and then we'll just take her up the road, see how she does. But all in all, everything's good. No blown the head gasket. Doesn't look like we hurt the motor at all. I think we're fine. Just need to take the pressure off, pressure wash everything off. And she's gamey as all get out. I don't know if you can see down in there, but that's where it's leaking. Alright, hang tight a minute, I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see this, but when the car was running, my wife noticed an oil leak under here. And we've got 4 of the bolts for the oil pan that have worked themselves loose. So we're going to snug those up real quick. Let's see if I can do this without seeing how everything's under here 1,000,000 degrees now. Yeah, them are definitely loose. See if I can get this little feller back here. And if you don't own a set of these little fellers right here, they sell them at Harbor Freight. Get you some. They are handier than a shirt pocket. All right, let's take Linda up and see what she's going to do. See how she holds on temperature and oil pressure and all the good stuff. So far, so good. We're at 190 temp. About 52 on oil, 12 amps obviously. Got to get some quarters for the car wash. Alright, I got my quarters. Let's go see how she does and spray this old girl off. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't do nothing with this car after they shut us down at the Freedom Factory. We'll see how she does. My burnout tires on the back with half metal showing, so that should be all right. It's only half metal. Temperature is my biggest concern. I want to make sure that we didn't tear up that motor. Keep an eye on the oil pressure too. I got that overflow tank hose leaking. Out or multiple plugs, she's missing a little bit.
sprayed again. Temp's holding perfect, oil's holding perfect. Knock on wood. Got my trusty rearview mirror here, it only works about half time. Whip into the car wash here, spray this off real quick. All right, we got her sprayed off, got that engine bay clean finally. I don't have any windshield wipers, so we're just gonna have to bear with it. I'm gonna run up here and put some fuel in her real quick. We're running about a 190 temp and 50 pounds of oil pressure. Be the fuel too. I know she's probably getting low. You guys would, while we're sitting here trying to make it to the gas station, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Got a bunch coming up this summer. And for those of you who've already done so, I appreciate each and every one of you. You know that. Whip in here and get some fuel real quick. Alright guys, we got fuel. We'll take this thing back towards the house. Might test on it real quick before we put it away. And we'll get started on the junkyard dog. Checked that plug wire, I was getting fuel, and sure enough, it was loose. So when we get up here, we'll see if we can test on this real quick. She's doing good though. I'm sure you can probably see them gauges in there, but we're running about 192, running about 52 pounds of oil pressure. I wish that was closer to 60, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'll take it. there and get on junkyard dog, but she's back ready to go. So you will see her again during the power tour. Make sure you keep an eye out for us. We'll have her all buffed up, real shiny. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get back in the shop, take you guys along. We're gonna get started on junkyard dog. All right, guys, we went ahead and got the rollers on the junkyard dog, which I think looks sick. So they're probably just gonna go ahead and stay on him. Obviously the back ones will come off during the burnout competition, but just to for show, he looks pretty good with them. So what I'm gonna do next time on the next video for him, make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. But we're gonna go ahead and lower the front end and get it down a little bit further so he's got that, you know, got that cool 70s rake. And then we'll go ahead and get his gas tank pulled, cleaned, get it ready for fuel, and get his decals put on for Indy, and then he's gonna be set to go. I think it looks killer for sitting in a junkyard not but 2 weeks ago. And then we've got Linda done, ready for the power tour. She's sitting out there, so she's ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and get her put back away. And that's going to be it for this episode. Again, I hope everybody had a happy Easter. Hope there's a bunch of kiddos running around hyper as crazy on candy today. But that's going to be the end of this episode. We'll see y'all next time.